Good day, St. Martin. I'm Jasenia Lazaro.
And I'm Alistair Lawrence.
And welcome to another edition of the St. Martin News Desk, where we bring you the latest and most important stories around the island and beyond.
Let's shimmy into our top headlines. On September 2nd, the Corps Police St. Martin KPSM arrested a male suspect linked to the recent unrest in Dutch Quarter. This turmoil resulted in the destruction of multiple vehicles, including a police car. The suspect, a Dutch Quarter resident, was previously seen at the emergency meeting with the Chief of Police and the Minister of Justice, where concerns were addressed but no negotiations were made. Authorities had made it clear during the meeting that those responsible for the damaging government and police property would be held accountable. The arrest of this individual underscores that commitment. The KPSM has reiterated that criminal actions will not go unpunished, and further arrests may follow as the investigation continues. The police urge the community to cooperate with law enforcement to ensure justice is served and to help maintain peace and order.
The Court of First Instance of St. Martin has overturned a decision by the former Vromi minister to deny a building permit for the Morgan residences in Beacon Hill. The developer, aiming to expand the Morgan Resort with condos, had its permit rejected in January 2024 due to non-compliance with parking regulations. The ministry argued that the project fell short of required parking spaces, while the developer contested this, citing a different interpretation of parking standards. The court ruled that the ministry's rejection was based on an incorrect interpretation of the parking regulations. It found that the project, a mixed-use condo hotel, did not fit neatly into existing categories, and the ministry should have established a specific parking standard for such developments. As a result, the former minister's decision was annulled, and the current Vromi minister has been ordered to reevaluate the permit within 4 months. The court also urged both parties to work together to resolve parking issues and expedite the project's approval. The government has been ordered to cover the developer's legal costs, and both sides retain the right to appeal the decision.
Starting September 1st, third-party vendors delivering goods and services to the government of St. Martin must submit their invoices directly to the Ministry of Finance's Accounting Department. The new centralized process approved by the Council of Ministers aims to streamline payment activities and improve public financial management. Invoices can be sent electronically to designated email addresses, accounting@stmartingov.org, which will also serve as a communication channel with vendors. Finance Minister Marinka Gums emphasized that this centralization will ensure all invoices are properly tackled, vetted, and processed efficiently. Before acceptance, invoices must meet specific criteria, including the vendor's contact details, a unique invoice number, crib number, Chamber of Commerce registration numbers, banking information, and details of the government department that received the service. A purchase order number will also be required in the future. The accounting department will be responsible for routing invoices for necessary approvals and ensuring timely payments. These new requirements will be published in a National Gazette on the government website and announced to the public. The goal is to enhance the government's financial operations and to ensure prompt payments to vendors. Remember, new episodes premiere every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 8 p.m. on TV 15 and across other social media platforms.
I'm Jasenia Lazaro, wishing you a wonderful week.
Stay friendly, St. Martin.
We exposed 5 strangers to different KFC menus to see if the flavor can enhance any moment. And at the first bite, the party began. We repeated the experiment during the day, during business hours, on weekends, with sunshine, with rain. It's confirmed. Any moment can be a KFC moment.
Hello, my people. Make sure you tune in to Sit, Sip, and Chat every Monday at 5 p.m. on TV15 and every Wednesday at 8:30 p.m.
And make sure tune in to the Late Night Show with Andrew Dick from Monday to Friday at 10 p.m. with a repeat in the afternoon for no reason. In the afternoon, the Late Night Show at 3 p.m. Thank you, TV15.
Thank you, TV15. Make sure to tune in
Make sure to tune in to the Late Night.
and Sit, Sip, and Chat.
Late Night.
Following a viral incident involving a lost taxi driver, the president of the Dutch St. Martin Taxi Association, DSTA, Maya Friday, has called for urgent reforms in the island taxi permit and training systems. The incident, which occurred on September 3rd, involved a female taxi driver losing her way while transporting new arrivals from the airport. The passengers, concerned for their safety, eventually called the police, and the incident quickly gained attention on social media. Friday clarified that the driver was not a current DSTA member, but had briefly worked with the association before obtaining her permit last year. She emphasized that the DSTA does not train drivers but tests their knowledge of the island before allowing them to work. In her statement, Friday criticized the government for mishandling taxi permits, citing long-standing issues with inadequate screening and training. She accused politicians of using permits as political leverage, leading to unqualified drivers receiving permits without proper evaluation. Friday lamented that despite research into finding training partners, the DSTA's efforts have been hampered by a lack of government support. She warned that without proper reforms, the island reputation is at risk, stating that the situation has reached a critical point. She expressed hope that this incident would finally draw the necessary attention to the issue, urging for immediate action to prevent further damage to the island's reputation.
Over the weekend, the Corps Politie St. Martin, KPSM, successfully apprehended a suspect involved in a series of crimes. The suspect, identified by the initials PJGG, was located through a diligent investigative work done by the KPSM officers. During the arrest, a firearm was recovered, highlighting the seriousness of the charges. The suspect is now in custody and will face legal proceedings for the crimes committed and the illegal firearm possession. This operation underscores KPSM's commitment to community safety and serves as a reminder that crime does not pay. The KPSM commends its officers for their professionalism and urges the public to cooperate with law enforcement by reporting any serious or suspicious activities. The police also reminded citizens that possessing a firearm without a permit is illegal and will result in severe consequences.
The Corps Politie St. Martin KPSM is urging owners of confiscated scooters and motorcycles to promptly retrieve their vehicles. These vehicles, seized for non-compliance with traffic regulations, have been stored at police headquarters for an extended period. Owners must provide necessary documentation, including proof of ownership, valid insurance, a driver's license, road tax payment, and an inspection card to facilitate the release of their vehicles. Failure to act may result in permanent loss, as unclaimed vehicles could be disposed or even crushed. To avoid losing your property, contact KPSM immediately at 5422-222 for assistance. The KPSM remains dedicated to upholding traffic safety and appreciates public cooperation in maintaining order on the roads. Relatively stable conditions prevail, however. An increase in moisture levels brings isolated showers across the region today. Expect hot and humid conditions, stay hydrated, and keep to the shade whenever possible. Meanwhile, a tropical wave enters the region overnight. However, upper-level conditions restrict significant rainfall. Slight seas will continue into the weekend. Now let's take a look at our tropical weather update by Mr. Brian Shields.
Thank you very much for joining me. I'm meteorologist Brian Shields, and the overall good news from the last 4 days has continued right on track from what we've been talking about together. We have one strong tropical wave moving through the Caribbean. I am not seeing any immediate signs of development out of that area. It is holding from yesterday. That is some good news. On the flip side, of course, some of us are going to deal with some really heavy rain and flooding, watching parts of the Gulf, some areas of rain and storms. Nothing organized, though, which is excellent. We're at the peak of hurricane season. I'll get into that in a moment, and we're not seeing any named systems out there right now. Here's that cluster of rain and storms. Now, it's a tropical wave, tropical disturbance, so it's not one big organized area of rain. So as this continues to work its way toward the west, some of us will get some rain, others may not. But if you do get some rain, we're talking about those downpours, mudslides will be possible. And as this area right here works its way toward the western Caribbean, there is still a slight chance of development. Chance of development not too high at this point, but we're still watching it. And I'll swing over toward Belize, the Yucatan, Honduras in just a second. But some scattered areas of rain and storms have been near the Cayman Islands, Jamaica, eastern Cuba. On the south side of Haiti and the Dominican Republic, as expected, we'll see that chance of scattered showers and storms for today. Now out here, other tropical waves. This time of year, as we work our way into September, usually there are these big tropical waves that at least some develop. Right now, watching one spot kind of here, not so much this area. That's just a cluster of rain and storms. This area may try to develop a little bit, but I'm seeing no signs of big development out of these. Well, what the heck is going on? As I always talk about, yeah, the water temperatures are warm. We hear a whole lot about these water temperatures. Every summer, the water temperatures are warm enough for development. That's just one ingredient. The other ingredients are what's going on above our heads. And there's so many ingredients to have these things kind of develop into tropical storms and hurricanes. But there's been a lot of dry air, this orange shading we're seeing in here. So as these kind of come off, they just run into this dry air and it sucks out the moisture. There's not a lot of available moisture over the open waters of the Atlantic. That is some excellent news, and that's why over the last couple weeks and over the next few weeks, we may not see many named systems. So excellent news to pass along. With that said, it just takes one hurricane, as we know, to cause a historic damage or just a major damage. We saw that with Beryl. So in the short term, this holding from what I've showed you over the last 2 to 3 days, I've shown you this kind of working its way off toward the west, not as a named system, not as a tropical storm at this point, just a tropical disturbance, tropical wave making its way toward the Yucatan of Mexico, Belize, and Honduras.
In a special news report brought to you by Real Auto BV, the official Toyota distributor for St. Martin. Real Auto St. Martin has issued an urgent safety recall for Toyota vehicles due to the Takata airbag defect. This recall affects popular models like the RAV4, Yaris, Corolla, and Hilux, manufactured between 2004 and 2013. These defective airbags pose serious risk, including severe injury or death. Toyota owners are urged to visit RealAutoSXM.com or contact Real Auto SXM immediately to schedule a free airbag replacement. Stay safe, act now.
Hi, Mom. How are you?
Hi, darling. I'm fine. Just calling to say hi.
Oh, okay. We got over here.
Girl, I hear watching this movie and it...
But, Mom, you finished all your minutes yet?
No, girl. TLM has new postpaid plans and automatically upgraded my postpaid package.
Is that so?
Guess what? I am getting more minutes and almost double the amount of data for the same price.
I guess I'm making a switch now.
Let me call you back, Mom.
Hey, Tash, you have tell him new postpaid plans?
The NAPB Police Union is gearing up for its crucial board elections this Friday. The election is particularly significant as it features two prominent candidates for the position of president. The current NAPB President, Retrieval Eugenio Mauricia, and board member Marcus Pantoflet. In a recent visit to our studios on Wednesday, both candidates took the opportunity to address the public, outlining their platforms and visions for the future of the union. Mauricia, who has served as president, emphasized his achievements and plans for continued reform within the union. Pantoflet, on the other hand, presented his agenda for change and new initiative he aims to implement if elected. The upcoming election is expected to be a decisive moment for the NAPB, with both candidates bringing distinct perspectives and priorities to the table. The results will determine the direction of the union's leadership and its approach to addressing the needs and concerns of its members.
NAPB, we're here this afternoon actually to enlighten you, promote our election that is this Friday, the 6th of September. Dates were chosen. It will be a very important day actually for me because that will be my birthday. So on my birthday, the 6th of September, NAPB will have its presidential election whereby the members can elect their president. And the ones who are running is again me. I'm going to be for election, and I have my comrade, Mr. Marcus Pantoflet, who also will be running against me this time. So I endorse him for us to have this going to see if the members maybe are tired of me, or they want new blood running. So that's why Mr. Marcus Pantoflet is also running, in order for us to have this nice interaction for the members, for them to decide this upcoming Friday who they want to be next president, or if they want me to continue with the job. Mr. Marcus will tell you where we're going to have the polling stations and what time is the voting time, and also who the ones that can be voting.
Okay. As Mr. Mauricio mentioned, we have elections on Friday, upcoming Friday. We have two polling stations. One is in the police station in Phillipsburg. The next polling station is in the substation in Simpson Bay. And the times are from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Guys, for you, those who are listening, vote for unity, vote for transparency, and vote for proper representation.
Yes, Andrew, I would say knowledge. Vote for the knowledge. Vote for someone who, despite everything, stand up for them. And I just want to go back when I was brought in front of the judge because they thought that there was undermining the minister back then. And when, justice was prevailed for us, also a very integrity. There is no way that I will put things that belong to the members aside in order for my personal gain. I demonstrate that for all these years that I have been as president of the union. So those are actually what I stand for: integrity, knowledge, and transparency.
At the Shca, summer mix are held at Oyster Bay Beach Resort, Princess Juliana International Airport, and local carrier Winair presented exciting updates on the expanding airlift to St. Martin this winter. The event, organized by the St. Martin Hospitality and Trade Association, known as the Shca, highlighted new and increased flight connections that will boost the island's tourism and economy. Key announcements including a new route from Minneapolis-St. Paul, additional flights from Montreal, Toronto, JFK, Curacao, and Amsterdam, and Air France doubling its flights to St. Martin to 14 per week. Winner also revealed new connections with Barbados, St. Lucia, and St. Vincent, along with increased flights to Martinique and extended day trips to nearby islands. The airport's Michiel Parent reported that the airport is on track to exceed 400,000 departing passengers during the April to October period this year, setting the stage for a record-breaking winter season in 2024-2025. The increased airlift is expected to drive significant growth across various sectors of the St. Martin economy, creating new opportunities for local businesses and enhancing the island's status as a key regional hub. SHA members representing diverse industries including hospitality, aviation, retail, and more welcomed the news, seeing it as a major incentive for economic and destination growth.
Two senior employees from St. Martin Shipping and Steve Doran NV SSS, Junior Diaz and Bernardo Velasquez, recently returned from a valuable field study at the port of Bridgetown in Barbados. The visit, part of a workplace development program, took place from August 25th to 31st and aimed to enhance their understanding of terminal operations, Steve Doring, and terminal operating systems. The Port of Bridgetown, recognized for its high standards and ISO 9001-2015 certification, served as an ideal learning environment. Diaz and Velasquez attended training sessions, observed general port operations, and gained insights into working on vessels. Their experiences are expected to improve SSS operations by bringing new competencies and knowledge to their roles. SSS President George Pellegrim expressed satisfaction with the choice of the Port of Bridgetown for this educational trip, highlighting its importance as a major trade hub in the Caribbean. The knowledge and skills acquired by Diaz and Velasquez are anticipated to enhance the efficiency and quality of SSS operations back in St. Martin.
Last week, key figures from the Dutch Ministry of Defense, including Secretary General Martin Schurink and Lieutenant General Anna-Loor Roelofs of the Royal Netherlands Marechaussee, visited St. Martin, Saba, St. Eustatius, and Curaçao. During the visit, Schurink emphasized that staff shortages and growing geopolitical tensions are the primary threats facing the Defense Department on these islands. In a LinkedIn post, Schurink detailed how the ministry's responsibilities extend to the entire kingdom, including defense efforts in Curaçao, Aruba, and St. Martin. The delegation's visit included discussions on hurricane preparedness, border control, and the broader security landscape. In St. Martin, the team reviewed hurricane readiness, drawing lessons from Hurricane Irma's impact and recent experiences with Tropical Storm Ernesto. They also discussed security concerns with local leaders, including Governor Ajamu Bailey and Prime Minister the Honorable Dr. Luc Mercelina. During their time in Saba and St. Eustatius, the delegation observed the challenges faced by KMAR personnel in managing border control with limited capacity. Meetings with local officials highlighted the pressing need for additional resources to support these vital security functions. The visit to Curaçao was particularly poignant as the delegation paid tribute to KMAR officer Tone Broad, who tragically lost his life during a robbery this summer. The emotional visit included a stop at the Suffisant Naval Barracks, where a memorial has been established in his name. Schurink also addressed the escalating geopolitical tensions in the region during a briefing at the naval base Parera. He stressed the urgency of developing concrete defense plans for the Caribbean, similar to those being implemented in Europe. To ensure the protection of the kingdom's territories. The visit concluded with the ceremonial final call of the Dutch Navy ship HNLMS Tromp in Curaçao, marking the end of its 6-month world voyage. Schurink praised the crew's efforts, emphasizing the voyage as a symbol of the kingdom's commitment to defending its interests worldwide. This visit underscored the Defense Ministry's commitment to addressing the complex security challenges in the Dutch Caribbean, with a focus on enhancing capacity and responding to evolving geopolitical threats.
That's all the time we have for today's edition of St. Martin News Desk.
Thank you for joining us. Remember, new episodes premiere every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 8 p.m. on TV 15 and across all social media platforms.
I'm Justania Lassiter, wishing you a wonderful week. See you next time.
Stay friendly, St. Martin.